Let me take you back to February 1st, 1960, in Greensboro, North Carolina. 4 African-American college students from North Carolina Agriculture and Technology State University decided to sit down at a Woolworth's lunch counter where only whites were allowed to be served. These students, Ezell Blair Jr., David Richmond, Franklin McCain, and Joseph McNeil, now known as the Greensboro Four, were aware of the risks, but they and other sit-in protesters hoped that their action would encourage others. And it did. The sit-in spread quickly, becoming a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement, demonstrating the power of organized, committed, and in-person activism. This powerful story, as highlighted by Malcolm Gladwell in his article, Small Change: Why the Revolution Will Not Be Tweeted, reminds us of a time when change was driven by deeply personal and courageous acts. This story sets the stage for our central debate this week. Do we use technology to make our lives better, or does technology use us in ways we don't anticipate? Throughout history, new technologies have often been greeted with optimism. When the first transatlantic telegraph cable was laid in 1858, it was hailed as a marvel that would bring the world closer together, possibly even ensuring global peace. It allowed people in Europe and North America to communicate nearly instantaneously, something previously unimaginable. People believed that by connecting nations more directly, conflicts could be resolved quickly, misunderstandings would diminish, and a new era of global harmony would dawn. Fast forward to the 21st century, and similar promises were made about social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Social media was seen as a tool that would democratize information, empower the powerless, and create a global community where everyone's voice could be heard. The Arab Spring, often dubbed the Facebook Revolution, was cited by technology pundits in 2011 as evidence of social media's power to mobilize people and challenge oppressive regimes. The underlying belief in both cases, the transatlantic cable and social media, is that technology can inherently make the world a better place by connecting people. But has this promise been fully realized? The reality, as history has shown, is much more complex. The transatlantic cable did indeed transform communication, but it didn't bring world peace. Wars and conflicts persisted, and in some cases, the cable became a tool for colonial powers to maintain control and spread propaganda more efficiently. To demonstrate this, we only need to remember that the first message sent on the transatlantic cable was from Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom to the President of the United States, James Buchanan. Similarly, while social media has empowered some voices, it has also introduced a range of unintended consequences. As Malcolm Gladwell points out, the activism that thrives on social media is often built on weak ties, connections that are less personal and less committed. These weak ties can mobilize people quickly, but they rarely sustain the long-term, high-risk activism necessary for significant social change. Gladwell contrasts this with the strong personal ties that drove the civil rights movement sit-ins, where activists were deeply connected and willing to risk their lives for the cause. Moreover, the widespread use of social media has also contributed to misinformation, polarization, and a decline in meaningful discourse. What was meant to connect us often divides us, as algorithms prioritize sensational content over factual information, and echo chambers reinforce pre-existing biases. While many cheered Facebook and other social network sites in 2011 for encouraging the Arab Spring, by 2020, those same social network sites were the recipients of blame for polarizing politics and spreading hate online. So, will technology make our lives better or worse? Because I'm a teacher, of course, I'm going to say that there isn't a simple answer here. The benefits of technology are evident, from instant communication across continents to the ability to mobilize support for important causes. Yet, the darker side, misinformation, isolation, the weakening of meaningful connections, those also can't be ignored. We often hear that technology is just a tool and its impact depends on how we use it. But we have also learned that technologies are designed by people, and people aren't yet very good at predicting how a technology will be used in the future. We all want technology to have the potential to solve significant challenges and bring people together in ways we never imagined, but if we ignore technology's potential harms, we may find ourselves facing consequences we didn't anticipate. Let's return to the Greensboro sit-ins. What made this movement powerful wasn't just the action itself, but the deep personal connections between those involved. They weren't just clicking like on a post, they were putting their lives on the line. Today, as we navigate the complexities of technology, we've got to ask ourselves, are we building strong ties or weak ones? Are we using technology to create meaningful change, or are we simply distracting ourselves from the boredom? Just as the students in Greensboro understood the power of their actions, we must understand the power of technology and the people behind them. Only then can we truly answer the question, do we use technology to make our lives better, or does technology use us in ways that we don't anticipate? What do you do here at the end if people say like, goodbye, goodbye, later, happy reading? Did you do the reading? You should read it.